Good morning everyone, it's Thursday the 3rd of November and we're 2 days away from bonfire night. If you don't know what bonfire night, it's when we celebrate the fact that in 16 something or other, see I don't even know me history, Guy Fawkes, he was a Catholic, tried to blow up the House of Parliament and kill the King, and every year we celebrate it by having bonfires and setting off fireworks displays, a bit like the 4th of July in America. And there's been a tendency in Britain recently for people to stop buying their own fireworks because of the danger of it, and to actually get involved with organised firework displays. And this Saturday we have a local park, Newsham Park, where, if you remember, I Let the Dove Go, released the dove in Newsham Park. We have a firework display there, so all the people from the radio station KVFM are going to be round there. So what are we doing this morning? We're having a quick pre-work shave, but we're going to use the Mitchell's Woolfat. See what it's like. Not used it before. It's quite a sort of stiff block really. There's no giving it, so I'm just loading the badger brush up with it. Get as much on as I can. It's only got a cardboard box, so I don't really like putting it back into it, but I've got no choice. What else is happening? You know, I mentioned my sister-in-law dying the other day, and I've got to sort of say a big thanks to everyone. Everyone's been really kind. Offering the condolences and everything. I'm not sure when the funeral's going to be yet, but obviously I'll try and keep people informed about what's been happening. And very sad. It's very, very, very sad. She was such a wonderful woman, and very kind to everyone, and one of these people who never had a bad word for anyone. And then something like this happens. It does make you wonder, doesn't it? It does make you wonder, especially if you believe in God. If you believe in God, what the hell's going on? This smells really nice. And as usual, I'm going to ask you to smell it. Can you smell that? Smell that. Got a very light fragrance. I can't really tell what it is. It doesn't smell of sheep, by the way. Because if it did, I wouldn't be using it. Do a lather up first. That's very rich. You see. Okay, first one done. I meant to show this the other day. This is the Chinese chrome Yuma version. But if you look, can you see how exposed that blade is? It's not so much that it's sticking out at the top, it's the fact there's nothing underneath it. If you can see it there, I don't know whether that's quite evident. Compared to, this is the other one that I got. If you look at that, and then you look at that, you can see that there's actually nothing supporting the blade. And when you put it on your face, it does feel the closest I've ever been to a cutthroat shave in a double-edged housing, so to speak. It's a bit technical, that, wasn't it? Okay, so we're using the old favourite. This is the Gillette Wilkinson Sword hybrid blade from India or Pakistan. I think it's India. I'm sure you'll tell me if I'm wrong. It's a great blade. It works better in the market, of course, because everything works better in the market than it did in the Chinese clone, which looks a bit like a cross between a Lord and something else. Okay, so big knife through butter, actually, hot knife through butter. A couple of other things to talk about. Went to a conference about digital inclusion. Bumped into someone I haven't seen for about 2 or 3 years called Andy. First thing he said was, I've been watching your shaving videos, which was a real shock. I think the thing will be bumping into someone in the flesh who doesn't know me, who's a complete stranger, who's watched the videos. That'd be really interesting. See what they make of it. Spoke to another friend of mine who's interested in taking up double-edged shaving. Wanted to know what he needed to buy, what he should do. I took him through the sort of way to shave 3 times, and so it looks like we might have another convert. Although I should say Andy, the other guy I bumped into, had about 3 days growth, and he's maybe watched the videos, but he's not done anything about it. So I'm interested really in seeing if there's anyone out there who's watched the videos and started shaving as a consequence of it. So basically a convert, I think it's probably the best way. Someone who's actually had a go. And I think the other thing to say is, if you decide to have a go at doing something like this, don't just do it once. I think if you can do it for a month, I think like a month is the sort of point, the tipping point really, where things start to fall into place. Anything less than a month, and I think myself there, I thought I had. Anything less than a month, I think you might be selling yourself short. We've got to turn it from being a chore into a pleasure, and you can only do that by keeping it up really. Last thing I want to talk about today, organisation called Bernardo's in Britain. Great organisation, do some great work, but a bit critical of them. They're in the news today. They did a survey with adults to get adults' opinions on young people, but they set the questions, you see, so they've got a set of questions, and one of the questions was, as an adult, do you think young people are becoming feral? In other words, they become like wilder and wilder. And 44% of the people said that they think, the young people are. Now that's being interpreted. Not as 44% of the people answered this particular question, which was a set-up question really. It's a loaded question. It's being interpreted that 44% of the young people are feral. Now, that's impossible. It's completely and utterly impossible that 44% of the young people in Britain today are feral. And I just resent the way, especially charities, use a questionnaire or some research, send it to news organisations, and then news organisations report it as news, and it's not news at all. It's a bit of research, and they don't seem to question it. News organisations seem to just give it out and don't actually qualify what they're saying and treat it as news. And really, you think about it, what charities are interested in is get more people to donate to them. So the more they're in the news, the better they are. The more money they're likely to get. But it's just scaremongering really. And I get a bit resentful that BBC in particular don't question any of this information that's given to them. So great shave. The shaving soap was fantastic. Very, very lubricating and soothing, I think is probably the best description. And that's the cologne on. Let's have a bit of moisturiser now. I haven't been using the Arco moisturiser, so I'm missing it a little bit. It is better than most others because it's so thick and you have to work it in. Just leave your skin feeling very moist. And on those points of news, I'm about to say goodbye. So it's a goodbye from me, Steve Farragher, the Big Shave in Liverpool. Trying to keep it below 10 minutes for the change. But if you've got any views on how news organisations and the media handle stuff that's in the news, I'd be very interested in your feedback. And thanks again for all the commiserations and the condolences, and I'll see you all probably tomorrow or the day after. So it's goodbye from me, Steve Farragher, the Big Shave in Liverpool, and have a good day. I'll try my best to.